a hard comedy,
All
actually.
right, all right. Well, that kind of, I'm glad you asked that actually, Anna, because that kind of leads into my question because I keep wanting to call him Jaden Zyla. I couldn't even call him his. I didn't even know it was
You're
Kareem.
free to call me Jaden. You're so free to call me Jaden.
Kareem, because he will be Kareem even after Jaden. I'm sure he'll get a whole lot more roles. But here's my question: it looks like you did get a chance to speak to Michael Dorn, and y'all had a nice little brief powwow, as well as you got a chance to meet like George Takei and a couple other OGs, as we call them in the Trek universe. I'm just curious as to what kind of insight, as another full-blooded Klingon, Michael Dorn was able to give to you. And you know what I'm saying? What was the inside chat about? Like, talk to us, man. Let us into that conversation right there. It sounded like it was real interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Is it too loud in the background? I'm sorry. Y'all can hear me okay?
We can hear you. I mean, we hear it sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay.
It sounds like a lot of fun. But it's not too
Okay, we're gonna make it work. So yeah, meeting Michael was very. It was just such an easy conversation because like we have both been through a very similar process. Him definitely way more intense than I because I mean they were shooting way more than 10 episodes, and his schedule was probably way more. Like he was probably doing every day. I would say Monday through Friday. They spaced mine out a little bit, but we know what it's like to go in and out of that makeup every single day. So like literally as soon as I we kind of met and dapped each other up, we just kind of like he was like, oh, how does that make it for you? I'm like, bro, it's hard. I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, how is it for you? He was like, man, like it's, and I kind of asked him immediately, like, has anything changed from when you did the makeup back then to like now? And he was like, honestly, like, not really. Like, they still be using, they have to use kind of like harsh chemicals and like alcohols and adhesives in order to like really make it work. There's kind of no way around it. So we really, I mean, I feel like we talked for like half an hour just about the makeup alone. And he gave me a lot of advice about how to just interact with this fandom. And he just kind of heated against like the fact that there will be people who aren't going to be just purely positive about it. And I guess he could give me advice in terms of like how to respond.
what did he say? What did he say? Can I interrupt you? Like, what kind of advice did he offer in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, just not to respond, like, and this is the similar advice that I've gotten from like my brothers and my family growing up, but like, I will never argue with like a fool because from afar you can't tell which is which. You just see two people going at it like this. So like I don't want to. I'm not. You're not gonna get me looking crazy. So like that's kind of like what he was telling me. Just like don't clap back crazy. And I appreciate that advice, and I use it daily.
I love that. I love one quick follow up, and then I'm gonna toss it back to Zyla. You also met George Takei, if I'm not mistaken, who was like literally OG